everyone, I am here with your weekly Astro report for the week of March 26th to April 1st, 2018. So we'll go to the headlines first, and then I'll go day by day with what's going on. If you want your own astrology, birth chart, reporty thing, go to the links below to order one. Shameless self-promotion is over now. Okay, so Astro report for the week. What are headlines for the week? First of all, we are in a Mercury retrograde, which started on Saturday. Friday or Saturday? I think it was Friday. It was Friday, depending where you are. So we started with the Mercury retrograde, and it is kind of a longer one. I think it's going on into May. I think it's a bit of a longer one. I'll have to double check that when it's going on to, but it is a bit of a longer one this time. It is in the sign of Aries. So when Mercury retrogrades, Mercury is the sign of communication. So when it goes into retrograde, it's asking us to re-look at our communication. And so it shows us where the things in our communication can break down, or where we might have to relook at things. So, computers and phones and things like that might break down. But also our communication with other people. We may misinterpret things. Make sure that you're giving yourself, when you travel, lots of extra time just in case. But it's a good time too to reflect. It's a good time to redo things, to rewrite things. It's good. Anything is really what it's good for. It's in the sign of Aries, so really it's asking us not to jump to conclusions or be too hasty with things. We might see something, interpret it wrong, and overreact. So step back and look at things before you react this week. The other headline that's going on is we have a full moon. We have a full moon on Saturday, March 31st at 7:37 a.m. Central Time. All these times are in Central. Adjust as you need to. The full moon is in the sign of Libra, which is a sign that wants things to be harmonious and beautiful, and it's about relationships and artistic expression. So really good time to look at those kind of energies. If you want like a full report of the full moon and all the aspects, I do a newsletter thing. If you go to my website, you can subscribe to it, and I'll let you know what's going on for that. The other headline is that Venus is moving into the sign of Taurus on Friday, March 30th at 11:54 p.m. So she's going from the sign of Aries to the sign of Taurus, which is a sign she's much more comfortable with. I'm just getting out my cards here. Venus is not super happy in Aries, but she is very happy in Taurus, which is a sign that she rules. She also rules the sign of Libra. So we've got a lot of Venus energy going on, with the full moon being in Libra, and then the Venus moving into Taurus. She's going to be pretty happy, and she rules things like romance and art. All right, so she goes from lust to, according to these cards, romance. So there we go. That's the card for Venus in Taurus. So instead of being, Venus in Aries is very passionate. She's aggressive. She's fiery. She takes no BS, which is, these could all be good things for sure. In Taurus, she's a lot more peaceful and happy, and she loves to be wooed. She loves the finer things in life. And so during, when Venus is in Taurus, we tend to like those things too. We want to be romanced. We want to have good food, and we want to have beautiful clothing and all that kind of stuff, and enjoy sort of the more sensual aspects of life. So if you're planning any kind of like romantic date or anything, the next month or so is a good time to do that, or to do anything artistic like an art show or redecorate or anything like that. It's a good time for that. So Venus and Taurus, very good. And I think those are the two or three big headlines for the week. Yes, they are. It is kind of a quieter week, not a ton of aspects going on, but let's go through them. So on Monday, we start the day with the moon going into a void at 1:58 a.m. and then moving into Leo at 6:45 a.m. This is Monday, March 26th. So depending where you are in the world, the void may not affect you, but if you're somewhere where it's, you're up at that time, or it's daytime or whatever during that time, don't start anything new during a void. Don't try to change things around. Leo, it goes into the sign of Leo. So for Monday and for Tuesday, those are good times if you need to, run a meeting or do a speaking event or perform, or anything where you are the center of attention, or anything where you have to, you have to kind of get on stage and perform in front of others. Or it's a good time to get out there as well for any social events as well, because Leo definitely likes attention. So that's Monday. Monday, we also have the asteroid Juno is going to have a conjunction with Neptune on Monday and Tuesday. So Juno is the asteroid in charge of partnerships, particularly marriage, but any kind of close partnerships. And because she's having conjunct with Neptune, the planet that's in charge of spirituality, also illusions and mysticism, it says that we maybe feel like we might be melding into our partner, where we sort of like take on their identity. We may not want to have any conflicts or say anything that may rock the boat. So it's safe to make sure you're maintaining your individuality. It is a good time to do something spiritual with your partner, though. It's a good time to talk about spirituality. It's a good time to go dancing. Neptune rules things like dancing and music as well. So a good time for those kind of pursuits on Monday and Tuesday. We have as well Vesta, the asteroid in charge of devotion and certain degree spirituality, but devotion is making a square to Chiron, the asteroid in charge of healing and where our wounds are. So there might be some challenges that come up in regards to old wounds, particularly around spirituality or around the home, or expectations of caring for the home, things like that. So watch, if your feelings are kind of hurt in this particular area. It's just asking you to examine them and examine your ideas around these things on Monday. And this one is happening Monday through Thursday. So for the first part of the week, those issues might come up, so watch for those. Tuesday, moon remains in Leo, and we don't have any other aspects going on other than the ones I've just mentioned. Wednesday, we have a void moon at 4:54 a.m. and the moon moves into Virgo at 9:30 a.m. So that's when we kind of feel, instead of more like going out and doing things, this is when we get down to work. This is when we want to get organized. We want to deal with the details. It's a good time to, like, if you've got some work to do for Wednesday and Thursday. It's a good time to kind of to get things done. Wednesday and part of Thursday. Wednesday as well, Venus has a conjunction with Uranus, the planet of sudden events, surprises, illumination. What's the other word? Inspiration is the other word I'm looking for. So this, if you're single, this might be a day where you actually meet someone surprising. It's going to be a surprise thing. This is also when we're attracted to the unusual and the different. And there might be some unusual things coming out, in the art world or entertainment world. There might be some unusual kind of news going on, but we're attracted to what's different than us on Wednesday. Thursday, moon remains in Virgo all day, and then it has a void at 11:59 at night. That's right. Yes. So the moon remains in Virgo all day on Thursday. The sun has a square with Saturn, the planet of restrictions, on that day as well. Don't gamble on that day. You'll probably lose. We also have low energy, and we're feeling not particularly organized or structured on Thursday. So Wednesday looks like the day to kind of get things done. Friday, the moon moves into Libra at 12:52 p.m. Libra is a sign of harmony, as I was explaining. It's a sign where we want to be in partnership with others. We don't necessarily want to do things by ourselves. And we have also that day Venus moving into the sign of Taurus. So definitely a day for partnerships, good day for a date, good day for date night. For doing any artistic things, beautifying things, that's the day to do it. Saturday we have our full moon, as I was saying, at 7:37 a.m. And I don't see a ton of big aspects going on that day as well. I forgot to mention that on Tuesday and Wednesday, Athena is having a sextile to Chiron. So those are good times to talk about any of our wounds and to strategize about how we might want to work with them or do some healing practices. So just a side note about that. Sunday, we have a void moon at 1:29 p.m. and then the moon moves into Scorpio at 5:54 p.m. So the afternoon is going to be kind of, pretty relaxed, not doing a lot of things. Things might be more intense on Sunday night, but it's, it's a good night for dealing with, talking about deeper issues, and also a good time for anything sexy on Sunday night. Scorpio rules, you know, sexuality, so with sexy times, I guess. Anyway, whatever that means. And then we have the Sun conjuncting Mercury on the day. So it's a good day for short trips and adventures and, you know, communicating with people as well on Sundays. So not a week of a lot of like drama or changes going on, kind of up and down as the week goes. Nothing super huge, but if you have any comments or anything, please put in the section below. Like and subscribe. I'll talk to you next time.